Welcome to BizTV Canada. I'm David Wojcik. When was the last time you created a stir in your profession or industry? Came up with something so unique that customers, colleagues, and competitors were truly impressed with your innovation. That's what Cause a Disturbance is all about. The author of Cause a Disturbance is innovation thought leader Ken Tencer. Ken is a lecturer and sought-after keynote speaker on the topic of innovation, and yet he still has time to run his business, Spiderworks, a company that helps clients with branding and innovation strategy. Welcome, Ken.
Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for coming in. Now, this is your second book. The first book was 90%, the 90% Rule.
Yes.
The second book, why this book, why now, and what led you to this great title?
Well, it really came from talking to a lot of people around the world and understanding, what they faced in their businesses today. And one of the things that they always, that common denominator was attention span, the shortening attention spans of our customers. And it's funny because in our age group, we kind of make jokes about our kids and the video generation, but as mature consumers, we're no better. I mean, think about, Apple or the iPhone, and every 6 months there's a new model coming out, and if we don't get the exact features we expected, the market share drops the next day. The market price drops.
So is everyone's attention span shrinking? So it's not just Gen Y and Gen Z and Gen Next.
I like to say it is. I like to believe it is, and I think that in business today we have to recognize that product life cycles are getting shorter, that we're expecting more, we want to see more. So as business people, we have to be finding ways to engage, entertain, delight, educate our customers daily. It's not this once a year retreat and every 2-3 years come out with a new product anymore. It just doesn't work that way.
What are some of the things that you've seen in your travels and working with clients and the clients that you've helped? What are some of those innovative ideas that would cause a disturbance within their industry or profession?
Well, they come from, the everyday, as we've described, to product modifications, and you see that a lot in technology, with some of our technology clients, with some of our manufacturing clients, and the types of things are really, again, they've been achieved by asking their customers what's on their mind. And we
amazing to do that, to ask your customer what they would like to see.
It is amazing, and I say this thing which seems so trite, and it's continuously delight your customers and they'll continuously delight your bottom line. And we think all the time, how simple is that? We all want to delight our customers, but I was sitting in the audience of a conference a few months ago, and somebody was up there, and they had done some research, and it said that 92% of companies thought they were satisfying their customers. Only 8% of those customers agreed with the companies. And I think that, that just speaks to that whole need to understand your customers in a different way. And I think that as business people, we get lulled into, I deal with my customers every day, but you don't really. You sell to them. You meet their immediate needs. So I think that what great companies do is say, what's keeping you up at night? What are you thinking about, 6, 12, 18 months down the line? And then you feed those ideas back to, back to your management team. You don't have to do it on your own.
What is the most innovative idea, the most innovative thing that you've seen come to market in your opinion? I'm sure other people would have an opinion, but in your opinion, what's the most innovative thing that you've seen come to market in the last year or two?
One of my favorite ones, it's a little bit older, is the cake pop.
The cake pop?
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. What's the cake pop?
It's just like a little piece of cake on a stick. If you could, for Canadians, like putting a Timbit on a stick. and it was truly innovative because, like the donut hole, it came from, the scraps punched out of the middle of the donut. Now we put it on a stick, and the cake pop, and I had my first one actually at Starbucks, and it's dressed up in all sorts of colors and sprinkled and dipped and whatnot. It was innovative to me because it engaged the customer. It was fun, it was engaging, it was bright, it was a treat. It took into account. I'm not going to say that it's diet food. I'm not going to say that Weight Watchers are going to say go eat cake pops, but relative to a large slab of cake and a small cake pop, it took into account that I wanted a treat,
Yes.
but I didn't want that huge treat. So I think that that very simple thing, it captured my imagination because it was on point. It was on point with the economic times where when things are difficult, we like positive little treats to indulge in, and it was on point with a more healthful society. And again, not health food, but we all like our indulgences. Let's make them a little bit more tasteful.
Absolutely. What is your best piece of advice to anyone watching us here today in order for them to cause a disturbance in their profession or their industry? What would you say?
Take a step back and understand what your business is really about. And what I mean by that is, too often when I start working with companies, they're talking about the commodity. I make chairs or I develop software. That's great, but it's not a purpose. And what I mean by that, if you look at Starbucks, Howard Schultz always called them the meeting place. He wanted Starbucks to be the third meeting place. There was home, there's office, and there's Starbucks. So what differentiated them from a coffee shop, which is one outlet on the corner, and Starbucks, which is what I say 3,000 plus stores at this point, is that he wasn't thinking about coffee. He was thinking about how people meet, how people gather, how people want to socialize, how they want to do business today. So take a step back and understand the bigger purpose, the bigger meaning that your business has out there, because it's not about making something specific.
Excellent. Ken, thanks so much for coming in
Thank
and talking
you.
to us. My guest has been Ken Tencer, the author of Cause a Disturbance. Pick up the book and cause a disturbance of your own. Stay with us and see what's coming up next just for you.